Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, here's some fucking real truth right now. Your normal today, what you feel is normal in your life right now, is actually someone else's dream life. Like, you ever thought about it like that? Like that you're normal. What you think of today, right now, that is your normal, your baseline of your standard, is actually someone else's dream life. But here's the question. Like, why stop there, right? Like, why let your normal, your current baseline, right, be the fucking ceiling when it could just be the floor? You see, normal is a moving target, right? Your normal, of what you perceive your normal is in your life, of what you perceive the standard that you allow to live by, of what you feel like this is, how I operate, how I move, how I think, what you feel is normal in your life, it can actually be raised and it also can be lowered, right? And so, what is your normal, right? You see, like, before I started doing triathlons, right, I used to think that, like, my normal was that maybe I could run 1 mile, and 1 mile was fucking challenging for me, right? 1 mile was insane. Like, 1 mile was very tough. And for me, out of the three disciplines of running, of doing the triathlons, running, it's swimming, cycling, and running. Running is probably the hardest one for me, right? And back then it was like, wow, like normal, like what is normal, right? My normal was running 1 mile. And now I can run for 2 hours, right? And in a triathlon, you're covering half a marathon distance, which is 13.1 miles, right? And I could run for 2 miles at a time now. 2 hours at a time now. Over 15 miles, right? Yes, over 13 miles. And so, over 13 miles. 15 miles will take me a little longer than 2 hours. But I've came for so long, right? That is my new normal, right? Like, before cycling, I was like, man, I was lucky if I could get it to a fucking 1 hour, right? And when doing the triathlons, the normal is you're shooting for three, right? Shooting for three. That means that you're doing more than three, but you're shooting for three. And before, my normal is like, man, I hope I could make this fucking 1 hour. And for swimming, my normal right now is swimming for 1 full hour nonstop. That's my training session. That's what I've been doing at the gym. Go swim for 1 hour. And in 1 hour, in a 25-meter pool, I'm knocking 100 laps. In a 50-meter pool, I'm doing about 50, right? And that is my new normal, right? Before 1, 2 laps, man, I was exhausted, gassed. I couldn't even go no more. And now my new normal has been raised, right? That's the new baseline. That's the shit that's been built. Like, it wasn't gifted. It wasn't like that's who I was, right? It's who I became, right? It's what normal I allowed to be shifted in my life, right? And so if I can shift my normal, my perception of what I can do, what I can achieve in my life with just swimming, cycling, and running, like, where else in our life, where else in your life can you raise your standard of what you feel is normal, right? Of what you think that you're capable of, right? You see, normal is just a fucking story that we tell ourselves. Like, once upon a time, man, I thought driving stick shift was impossible. Like, there's no way I could drive stick shift. There's no way I could ride a motorcycle. All this shit is so impossible. And now that shit is like on autopilot. I do it without thinking. I actually fucking pretty damn good at it, right? And so my normal is shaped by my repetition, by my exposure to the things that I'm getting to normalize in my life, right? And so at the beginning, things are not normal. Things are a bit scary. Things may feel complicated. Things might seem like, oh, this is not for you, right? Or maybe this is too much for you, right? But if you keep telling yourself that, oh, this is just how I am, this is who I am, this is my normal, like, you're gonna stay locked in a fucking box. Fuck being in a box. Normal is a cage that you built around yourself, right? And so we must break out of this fucking cage. Cages can be broken. Cages are meant to be broken. And so what you feel is normal right now, and this happens for me in my life too, in areas of my life, what I feel normal right now, and this is why I push so hard every fucking day to become better, to do more, to be more, to raise the standard, to raise what I feel is normal in my life. And that is how you become more. That is how you achieve more. You see, your current normal is your lowest bar. Think about it like that. Like I used to feel like my normal back in the day, I was like going out and having a couple beers after work, because you've had a long day, and there's these compressed, right? A couple beers after work, and if it's the weekend, 3, 6, fucking keep going, right? Like that was my normal, right? And before, my normal was staying up until midnight watching Netflix or be hanging out, like, then staying up late, and then because you stayed up late, you're waking up late, right? And then you're dragging ass at work, right? Like that was my normal for some time being. And for others, that could be their normal too. But right now, you know what my normal is? My normal is preparing my meals, right? My normal is lifting 4 to 5 times a week. My normal is training for triathlons on top of lifting 4 to 5 times a week, right? And so my normal is fucking killing it at work, crushing my career goals, being present with my wife, being present with my family, giving people all I've got. My normal is being a freaking good person, right? And so my normal, what I feel is my standard, how I operate, is keeps getting elevated because I keep raising the bar. You see, the difference is that when you choose to normalize and what you accept in your life, right? And so if I was all right with being normal, with having normalized, with setting the standard that, yeah, I go drinking, or yeah, I stay up late, or yeah, I eat like shit, like my normal was gonna be that I don't have fuel to accomplish a better life, because all those things drain my energy, drain my fuel, drain the capabilities that I can have to the fullest, right? And so now I analyzed that and I was like, yo, that's not the baseline anymore for me. This is the new baseline. So I elevated my normal. I raised my standard. I raised what I was allowing in my life to be as the floor. You see, your normal is someone else's I could never, right? And so you want to flip that script. You want to flip what you think is your normal, and you want to increase that, and you want to increase your perception of what you feel is normal, right? Because your normal, yes, it could be someone else's dream life, right? But then someone else's normal could be your dream life, right? And so if you're always shooting up, if you're always trying to increase, if you're always trying to become better, if you're always trying to elevate the bar, then you always continue to grow. This is why I'm such a big believer in 1% better every day, because that shit compounds, right? And like you start doing better, you start being better, you start feeling better, and so your new normal keeps on elevating. And some days you might fall back, some days you might have rest, some days you might not show up your best, but you keep climbing, you keep growing, you keep improving, and you over time, if you're able to zoom out on that, you're gonna see an upward trend on your normal, an upward trend of what you allow in your baseline, an upward trend of how you're fucking acting and being and representing for yourself, for your family, for your being in your life. You see, raise your normal by raising your reps. Like, you don't go from 0 to competing and doing multiple triathlons overnight. Like, no, like that shit is built brick by brick, training session by training session, mile after mile, minute after minute, hour after hour. Like sweat after sweat. That shit takes massive amount of reps. Every rep that you put in is a fucking vote for the man that you're becoming. And so raise your reps, and you, as a result, you raise your capacity. And then as you raise your capacity, you raise your life. You raise what you can do, you raise what you can be, you raise what you allow in your life to be the standard. You see, the man who shows up consistently, he creates a new normal without even realizing. Like right now, my schedule is busier than ever. It's busier than ever. That right now, I'm like, yo, I take a deep breath every time I look at my schedule, because it's taking a lot of energy from me. Like, I'm waking up at 4, been consistently for a while, and I do my morning routine. And now this week, I'm actually gonna start a new routine where I'm not working in my garage anymore, working out in my garage anymore, I should say. And I'm gonna hit it to the gym. I'm gonna hit it early. The goal is to be out of my house by 5:15, even though I wake up at 4. I do my morning routine, then I meditate, I pray, get everything ready, be out of the house by 5:15, be at the gym, before 5:45, get a good hour in, take a shower, bam, bam, and hit straight to work. And that breaks down my drive into 20-ish, 22 minutes in the morning to the gym, and then from there to work another 45. And so I'm driving just a little bit over an hour. But if I'm working out in my garage, doing how I want to do it, right? How I've been is my normal. And then what happens is that I'm not leaving my house till 7-ish, right? And then I'm stuck in an hour and 45 minutes worth of traffic to get all the way to the beach. And that is not the normal that I will allow in my life. And so now I'm looking to adjust and to really readjust my schedule, because that normal is not working for me. And so It took analyzing, it took me seeing, it took me wanting to improve, and and maybe I might have to wake up earlier. Who knows? This is the first week I'm gonna add it. But I'm willing to normalize, to raise the standard of what is my normal. And so now, hopefully, my new normal is gonna be like that I'm out of my house before 5:15, right? But that took me analyzing. That took me showing up. That has taken me to even show up consistently with the 4 a.m. routine for, bro, I've had this unlocked more than a quarter already, right? But that is my new normal, right? It took me establishing that. It took me putting in the reps. It took me showing up consistently in order for me to create the new normal in my life, right? And so this leads me to the question I want to ask you, right? An important question for today for you is, what have you accepted as normal in your life, right? That keeps you playing small. Like, think about it, right? Like, and for me, that's just the example I gave you. For me, I accept it as normal as that I'm a man who works out, who lives in my garage because I love it, because it's like my therapy time. I'm by myself. I sweat. I go straight from there, like in the morning, like bam, I go straight into the shower after, and I hit. That was my normal, right? But that was allowing me, that was keeping me playing small because I was killing more than an hour and 45 minutes in traffic, just one way. Right? And so that is not the normal I will allow, right? That has been keeping me playing me small because it's keeping me from showing up how I need to show up at work, from putting more hours, from putting more effort, from showing up with energy instead of being in a fucking car for an hour and 45 minutes. So what is in your life, what have you accepted as normal that is keeping you playing small right now, my friend? And my challenge with that is this week, I want you to pick one area in your life that's keeping you playing small, and I want you to raise the bar. I want you to take things to the next level. I want you to do more rep. I want you to do something more. Even if it's small, even if it's going from fucking 20 push-ups to 25, even if it's from taking your wife on one date night a month to 2, even if it's, I don't know, going from 1 lap in the pool to 5 laps in the pool, even if it's from running 1 mile to running 2 miles, whatever it is, raise the bar in your life. Create a new normal. Create those more reps. Force yourself to have the growth in your life and to raise your standard, because your normal isn't fixed, my friend. Your normal is forged. Your normal is built. Raise your normal, own your normal, and watch how your life fucking transforms, my brother. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling every wide open warrior who refuses to accept nothing but the best in their life. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's become the badass motherfucker that you were meant to be. Live wide open movement is the mission that God has tasked me with, and helping you level up is exactly what I'm here to do. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And if today's message hit home, my brother, then it's time to contribute to the growth of this mission. Send this podcast episode to another man. Send this podcast episode to another motorhead, to another gearhead, to another warrior who's on the same mission as we are, because a better life for our family is the mission that we are on. Better life for our family is non-negotiable. A better life for our family is what we're all about. Because our people are counting on you, my brother. And it's time to get to fucking work. Let's fucking go.